Okay. The reason we stick to that is, as OSHA and Nancy said, that we have to sew the harnesses to that weight limit. And that's the biggest reason why we do it. The second is that this wall is designed for that weight limit every single time. Now the auto belays will handle much more weight than that, no doubt about it. But they are specifically designed and structured to do this 50 to 250, okay? I do want to talk to you a little bit about clothing. You know, clothing with young people is kind of an interesting opportunity. First of all, hair is a problem. If we have long hair, you'll see when we get over to the wall in a few minutes that we have swivels, and if long hair gets caught in that swivel, it'll just swivel up and pull up. We don't want to have that happen. So long hair we want to put in a ponytail, put in the back of our shirt. We want to make sure it's taken care of. Our shirts, we want to tuck our shirts in. Baggy shirts can get in the way of the auto belay cable. It can get in the way of the swivel. It can get in the way of the carabiner. And even though now you might have heard it slap shut, maybe you've got a shirt in it. So we want to make sure our shirts are tucked in. Shorts are usually not a problem unless they're really, really baggy. And here in the elementary side, I don't think you're going to have that problem. Short shorts on ladies can be a problem, so you want to look at that. But one of the biggest things we want to talk about is jewelry, anything around their neck that could get caught on a handhold, and closed-toed shoes. Closed-toed shoes are really important. The reason for that is flip-flops can come off. Every one of those handholds are made with silica sand. And if you've looked at sand underneath the microscope, you know it's got really sharp little edges. Well, on our fingertips, it's not too bad. But on our toes, it's really bad. And it can cause some really quick pain as well as blood, and we don't want any of that on our wall. So closed-toed shoes, I really prefer them to be tied on than anything else, so that would be what I would be looking for, and encourage, that day you're going to be using the wall to encourage young people to come in tennis shoes that tie, that don't fall off halfway up. Now I'd like to have Coach Rossi explain to us why we use these and how they go with those.
So after you have checked to make sure your helmet is in good condition, we have coffee filters that come with the rock wall when you request it. The coffee filters are especially important at the elementary level for the sake of preventing lice spreading. So we like to have a coffee filter for each new student, place the coffee filter in the helmet. The back of the helmet has an adjustable knob that you can loosen and tighten, so I usually start off with it all the way large. As soon as you have that, you can place it on the student's head. And again, at the elementary level, I usually do this for them. Once you get the hang of it, it goes pretty quickly. The straps on the side should form a V around your ear. And since I'm not an elementary student, this is pretty small for me, but you can get the idea. Should form a V going around both sides. And the strap right here adjusts in case you need to increase the size. And for me, I think that is the case. It's usually easier for me to do it off of the student, depending on how tight the helmet is that you're working with. Some of them are hard to adjust once it's already on the student's head. So let's see if I can make this fit. Once it's on, you bring it under their chin, and you would tighten it so that you can fit at least 1 or 2 fingers right underneath their chin and in between the strap. And then on the back side, this knob here tightens when you twist to the right, or loosens when you twist to the left. So you would adjust that, and depending on the student's skill level, I'll usually let them do that themselves if they can. If not, if it seems like they're struggling, I'll do that for them. The girls sometimes, and boys sometimes, have long hair that's in a high ponytail. If that's the case, I've occasionally tried to put the helmet on. If it doesn't fit, sometimes we have to take it out and then just regather their hair, put it in a lower ponytail to keep it out of the way.
All right.
That's about it.
Thank you, that was great. Now the climbing rules are really pretty simple, okay? The climbing rules as you go up to the wall, and we're going to demonstrate this in a minute, is fairly simple, because this wall is designed as they climb, the cable will retract into the auto belay. Now, when they let go or they fall or anything, it's going to lower them 6 feet per second, which really doesn't sound like very fast, but it's a lot quicker than you think. So we don't want them to, if they let go or they miss a handle, we don't want them to try to grab back on. We want them to go ahead and float down, and we want to do it safely. So we're going to give them the directions at the bottom, okay? One is as we climb, only move one hand or one foot at a time. 3-point stance, of course, is a perfect way for us to climb. And remembering that our fingers hold us on and our legs push us up. Okay, those are the two big things. When they get all the way at top and they achieve and hit the button up on top and make the noise, we want to let them know now it's time to come down. We're going to put both of their hands onto the red tube. Lean back like they're going to sit in the chair with both feet on the wall and come down gently. Simple as that. You're going to be responsible to actually hook the carabiner onto the harness and unhook it. The reason I'm going over that is because when you're giving the rules, one hand, 1 foot, 2 hands, 2 feet, lower safely, you want to make sure that you're holding on to the auto belay. And you don't let go until they give you that verbal eyeball. Now, if they've climbed this several times and they go, I know the rules, fine, let them give them back to you. But someone needs to take and repeat those rules back and forth every single time before you let go and say climb on. That makes sense? It gets really, really important. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to get a harness on, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to get a helmet on, and we're actually going to go to the wall and do a demonstration. We good?
Great.
Okay.